Hello, good day, animal breeders and viewers from different locations. My name is Olashubo Solomon Ayobami. I am the Managing Director and Team Head of AgroBreeders Nigeria, an animal breeding and mentorship company that is situated in Nigeria with headquarters in Plateau State, Nigeria. Do well to see that you join us every Monday at 8:30 a.m. West African time, live for a period of mentorship and capacity building on our YouTube channel at AgroBreeders Nigeria 7031, AgroBreeders Nigeria 7031. On that platform, every Monday at 8:30 a.m. is always a wonderful time of learning. It's always a wonderful time of building capacity in animal breeding. And we talk about a lot of topics, a lot of wonderful sessions on animal breeding. I myself is the facilitator of this session alongside some other team members of AgroBreeders Nigeria. You can also follow us on our Instagram page, AgroBreeders_Nigeria on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, AgroBreeders Nigeria. And you can also reach out to us via our AgroBreeders official line, 08163666344. If you're outside the country, you can say +234 8163666344. What you know in animal breeding is what determines what you can produce. I want to encourage you to see that you follow us and give yourself to capacity building. There's nothing that you cannot achieve in animal production when you build capacity in animal breeding. Thank you so much. Once again, I remain Ayobami Olashubo from AgroBreeders Nigeria. See you there. Good animal breeders and stakeholders from different locations, and welcome to another episode of Animal Breeding Basics with AgroBreeders Nigeria. Today we'll be teaching you something very, very powerful. This is for pig farmers, this is for swine producers globally. This is for everybody who is in the swine industry globally. We'll be teaching you what we call the pig pyramid. The pig pyramid. It is experience that animal producers, breeders, pig farmers understand the basics of pig pyramid. Now the pig pyramid, the pig industry's production system, or what we call the pork value chain, is usually viewed as a three-tiered pyramid thereabout. The pork value chain is explained, or let me say is described diagrammatically through what we call the pig pyramid. It is a three-tier value chain that explains the pork value chain and the pig production, the industry production system thereabout. It will be difficult for you to really understand where you fall in. Every farmer that owns a farm or that is into pig farming must be able to know, you must be able to know where you fall within the pyramid. This will help you understand the value chain, or let me say what we call the pork production value chain. So it is seen as a three-tiered pyramid thereabout. The first tier, and I'll be showing you via what we call the pig pyramid. Now, from here you see that we have what we call the nucleus. The nucleus refers to the genetic companies. There are genetic companies. These are top swine production companies in developed countries, and the assignment of this nucleus is to see that they produce animals of better performance. They are the ones that produce animals with better performance, with specific using the method of selection and some other things. They produce animals that do well for a particular use thereabout, either for breeding or for fattening stocks thereabout. Now the nucleus, they sell their animals to what we call local multipliers. The local multipliers are organizations, or let me say they are farms that buys animals directly from the nucleus, and what they do is that they multiply the results produced by those genetic companies. The local multipliers work directly in line they work together in hand in hand with the nucleus, with the genetic companies, to be able to ensure that they produce animals that will have better performance in each country. So we have the nucleus, we have genetic companies like the PIC, we have the Choice Genetics, we have the Fast Genetics, we have the Topics Nosvin, the TN, they are the producer of TN60, TN70, thereabouts. Now, all of these are genetic companies, so they have local multipliers in different countries and in different locations. These local multipliers are breeding farms that work directly with these with these genetic companies to see that they multiply the great-grandparent stocks animals that they were given from the genetic companies. Now, this is second tier. We call them the local multipliers. They multiply the animals that have been produced by the nucleus. Now, when the local multiplier multiply their animals, they sell them over to what we call the conventional sow heads or the integrated and piglets producing head. We call them the third tier, the piglets producing head. What this one do is that the F1 of the local multiplier is their own breeding stocks. They multiply those animals and use through the process of crossbreeding and some other breeding systems to produce animals, F2 animals that will be a fattening or what we call the slaughter generation. I'll take this again. The nucleus is what we call the genetic companies. They are the ones that determines the genetics through selection, through genetic, through scientific process. They produce animals with better performances, with a designated names thereabout. They look for local multipliers in different countries that will multiply the great-grandparent stocks of those newly produced breeds of animals thereabout in different countries. These are local multipliers. Now the local multiplier are in the second tier. Now the third tier, they will now sell out their own F1 to the conventional sow herds or what we call the piglet producing heads. They are in the third tier thereabout. What these ones do is that they will collect this F1 and what they will breed. They will breed the F1 through the use of good breeding and mating systems to produce F2 animals that will be the slaughter generation. Now, if you must become a farmer that will make so much money from the swine industry, you must be able to understand the pig pyramid. It is a representation of how your animals must journey. The nucleus, your animals must be traced down either to the local multiplier or to the nucleus. If you are not getting your animal from the nucleus, you must be able to see that you attach yourself to a local multiplier. When you get animals from the local multiplier, you get better performance for those animals. Or if you are somebody who fatten animals, your animals must be bought directly from a piglet producing farms whose sources of genetics is directly from a local multiplier in the country where you are. You must be able to understand that you cannot be productive in this farming until when you understand the pork value chain. People have been breeding animals that they keep in farms for a very, very long time without productivity, because those animals are actually not products of a genetic line. Animals whose genetics have been deteriorated, that have been crossbreeded with inferior characters is what they have been producing. You must be able to see that you ask questions and ensure that the animals you are breeding is from either a piglet producing farm. If you are a fattener, if you are a piglet producing farm, you must get your animal from a local multiplier. If you are a local multiplier, you must look for a reliable genetic company which is a nucleus that will give you the stocks that you grow. Thank you so much. This is what we call the pig pyramid. Every farmer must understand this. You must go through it, and your animal must be traced down to these lines. These are the genetic lines. This is what we call the pig industry's value chain. When you understand this value chain very well, you ensure that you are either in the second tier or in the third tier thereabout. Or if you are somebody who run a fattening head, your stocks must find its place in what we call the pig pyramid thereabout. These are basic understanding that a farmer must understand, and this is what determines your productivity. Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode of Animal Breeding Basics with Agrobreeders Nigeria thereabout. And even after now, you can watch over and over again. This is what we call the pig pyramid, and you must understand it. Thank you so much, and do well to say that you join us every Monday 8:30 a.m. Watts for an awesome time with Agrobreeders Nigeria. Thank you and have a nice day. Thanks so much for joining us for today's episode, and stay tuned for more amazing episodes to come. Every Monday, we are live every Monday at 8:30 a.m. West African time. Do well to reach out to us for animal breeding mentorship and trainings. Do well to meet us for farm establishments or all aspects of animal breeding. You can stay tuned and reach us on our social media, Agrobreeders Nigeria, on Instagram, on Facebook, and for mentorship or for questioning, you can call Agrobreeders official line on +2348163666344 +2348163666344. Thank you for trusting Agribuilders Nigeria. We are committed to raising competent farmers globally. Thank you.